This next contest is a tag team match. Get your forward ball.
Tag team action on tap here at Premier Championship Wrestling, and I can tell you're enjoying this music. This is one of your highlights of the night, I would say.
Absolutely. I love this song. I love the team. Perhaps my favorite tag team in all of Premier.
That's good to know. I mean, I think there are other teams that would love to hear about that. I'm sure Cogers would hear this. Team Storm. There's a lot of individuals you can upset.
I didn't say it wasn't a tie. I just said they're my favorite team.
I see.
They're a lot more cohesive than Alex Jordan and Sean Phoenix, wouldn't you agree?
I still don't understand that one. Locked and Loaded are natural athletes through and through, and they feel they should already be challenging for the Premier Tag Team Championships. They resent the fact that the likes of Crumbles and Defarge are currently in top contention. They resent pretty much anybody else in this company because they feel that they are above and beyond everything.
Well, certainly height-wise they are. Certainly in how well we've seen them compete they are.
That's debatable. They've lost a lot of matches. Disqualification, count out, and losing by not being the winning purveyor of the fall in a multi-team matchup. We've seen a lot of different ways Locked and Loaded have come up just short. They will tell you how dominant they are. They will tell you how unbeatable they are. But sometimes the record book shows sometimes Locked and Loaded could be their own worst enemy.
Well, you know, Joe, sometimes you make a good point. Sometimes it's hard to argue, and this isn't one of those times.
No.
I hate this song.
Don't you have something good to say about the opponents we're about to see? How fun they are, always got smiles on their faces, happy to be here, full energy.
Yeah, they're pandering to the people. They're pandering to little children, the one that almost tried to fight Ron Mathis. They're pandering to the miscreants.
So what a terrible thing you're saying that System Elite like the fans.
Yes, it's the worst. And they stole a chair.
They gave it back.
A chair with wheels.
Really, that's the part you're most upset about? No,
I'm upset about a lot of things right now.
What's going through the mind of Locked and Loaded right now looking at this entrance?
Well, I'll tell you, you're not going to see Locked and Loaded go through the crowd like that. You're not going to see Locked and Loaded slapping high fives and kissing babies and shaking hands, or shaking babies and kissing hands.
Okay, but what's wrong with people that do want to shake hands and greet the people?
Well, it's not. That doesn't help you in that squared circle. And why are they wearing flannel, by the way? Flannel went out in the 90s.
Fashion statement. They want to flannel all the venues they go to.
Oh, sure, they want to flannel, but I wear what I have on, and you think I look stupid.
And
Fine Italian silk and leopard print. I'm something to look at.
wouldn't Turner's Hall look better if everybody just showed up wearing flannel one day?
Yeah, if it's a group full of lumberjacks, we're going to go eat some flapjacks, cut down a tree, maybe be on the brawny paper towel thing. Ad.
Aiming for a sponsorship, I think.
Well, if they'd like to contact us, they can catch us on Twitter.
All right, System Elite, obviously, physically, height-wise, athleticism-wise, they're outmatched here. System Elite are unorthodox. But, I mean, they get the job done more often than not. They held victories over the Koger brothers and the Sons of Michigan here in Premier. But when you're talking about just athleticism on athleticism, it's all Locked and Loaded. I'll admit that. If you're System Elite, what do you have to do to counteract that?
Well, it's going to be a hard task ahead of you, because we've said before how Duke Davis and Gannon Jones Jr., they have the athleticism, but they also have the speed, and they can fly if need be. They have no problem taking it to really wherever they need to go. I think if you're System Elite, you're going to have to stay out of the reach of Gannon Jones Jr. and Duke Davis, and you're going to have to cut them down to size. And I don't know if System Elite can get that done. I don't know if the power of the flannel, if you will, is going to really help them in their quest to take out Locked and Loaded. Certainly Gannon Jones Jr. and Duke Davis would agree with that. My only concern is hopefully Gannon and Duke are not so worried about Crumbles, Defarge, and tag team titles that they're overlooking System Elite, because we saw that's what happened with the Sons of Michigan, and we saw what happened there.
Wouldn't you agree that sometimes overlooking System Elite can wind up being among their greatest assets?
Begrudgingly, I would agree. A lot of people may think they're just here for fun and games and to goof off, but in that ring, they get the job done.
Gannon Jones Jr. is very serious. Do you think Locked and Loaded have lost something now that Chris LaRusso has not been around to help guide their careers? Certainly something could be said about the power of his mind as well, and certainly his backdoor negotiations in addition to that. But Gannon to go behind. How would you rate Locked and Loaded? Are they that ship without an oar? Or they need some leadership? Is Edric a little intimidated by Gannon? Don't blame him. But how do you rate Locked and Loaded's opportunities in recent times and their immediate future?
Well, it certainly can be difficult when you're without a leader, a mentor, a motivator. A team without a coach has no leadership. Another Vince Lombardi quote, by the way. So I do think it takes something away, but when you're a fine-tuned athlete, they're like a well-oiled machine. I think they're going to be able to focus. It's just Chris LaRusso gives them that little extra oomph. But I would hope that they're in constant contact with Chris LaRusso as we see Edric messing with the hair of Gannon Jones Jr. That is illegal, by the way, pulling the hair.
He wasn't pulling it, he was just messing it up. It's a psychological game.
But it should still be illegal. You know, Joe, Gannon Jones Jr. and Duke Davis are the main event. Main, of course, being a hair reference. I know you're not hip. Probably didn't get that.
No, I understand. But what does it have to do with winning and losing this matchup?
Well, what's going to happen to do with winning and losing this matchup is the main event, one half being of Locked and Loaded Duke Davis, will overpower Ty Cross. That's no disrespect to Ty Cross. You know what? It's disrespect to Ty Cross, but
ouch. You could see that Ty Cross did not think that test of strength through at all.
Well, that might not have been the smartest maneuver. And, well, Ty Cross seemingly had enough of that.
And it's taking an extra second here for Ty and Edric to get on the same page, because as we talked about, it's so difficult to figure out what you even do against Locked and Loaded. You're not going to send them anywhere they don't want to go.
Well, it didn't work for Ty Cross, so Edric thinks that it's a good idea for him.
It's almost like Duke taking pity on Edric for a moment. Oh, wait a minute here. Gannon trying to warn his buddy, but nothing doing. Humiliated by System Elite. Again, you underestimate him. That's where you wind up sometimes.
Well, that wasn't good for Ty Cross.
And Ty Cross, that may be the last thing Ty Cross ever does. He's cornered. Bring it on. Oh, look at that. Ty a step ahead and System Elite outsmarting the field. Edric taking a chance. Oh, God, it didn't pay off.
Well, that was a great chance he took, but unfortunately he crashed and burned. So now we're going to get back to things with Locked and Loaded in firm control.
It's Duke that sends Edric back in. And Gannon, that 1 foot to the temple, completely turned the tide and the tempo of this matchup completely around. Locked and Loaded now begin to go to work. System Elite has kept things very loose and unorthodox. But Locked and Loaded now begin to showcase why they are arguably the breakout team in Premier into 2018.
You know, you mentioned about it only taking one shot with that boot. When you wear a size 15 boot,
check out that agility by Gannon Jones Jr. Pro Wrestling's all-star for a reason.
That's what I mentioned earlier, his ability to fly.
Could this be all? Very sly save there by Ty Cross, nudging Gannon aside a little bit.
Well, Gannon didn't really have the ring positioning that he needed right there. Certainly has it now. And I'll tell you, that's not a smart move by Ty Cross. Letting your partner all by himself in the corner is just not good business. Not going to get the job done, Joe. You know, I'd love to see Locked and Loaded just knock the flannel right off System Elite. There's something about flannel. States with 4 letters, children, and men in flannel. 3 things I never trust.
You got a lot of issues right now, don't you?
Joe, I had a rough childhood, all right? I'd rather not talk about it.
All right, then. Well, maybe we'll learn your whole backstory later. Gannon tags in Duke Davis. And you got to wonder if Locked and Loaded have their way. Maybe we'll be writing the epitaph for System Elite.
Well, look, and you know what? Awesome specimens right there. Never too late to get in a good core workout.
You don't think they're just showing off?
No, never too late. You know, that's my theory, too. Never too late to get in a good core workout.
Well, there's a cover by Duke Davis. Gannon is raising the ire of Ty Cross as well. When have you ever worked out?
I've done a sit-up or 3 in my day. Look at that. Time to get the Gatorade that you see there during timeouts on football games.
There's no timeouts in wrestling.
Well, they didn't need to take a timeout. They're in firm control.
Let's see. Shots for both members of System Elite. Duke Davis with 6'6", 270 or so.
At least. And if you've ever seen the man on social media with his workouts, the man...
Edric tried to create something happen and try to make something happen there, but Duke shuts him down.
The man can lift a house, and he does traditional, well, not literally lift a house, that's a little bit exaggeration, but does normal workouts with weights attached to his body, such as squats and thrusts and things of that nature, all with extra weight.
Also notice that he hates a lot of things.
Well, he does hate a lot of things, and one of those things certainly right now would be System Elite.
Edric in a bad way. Pro Wrestling's All-Star Gannon Jones Jr. tagged back in. Nice neck breaker. Gannon made Edric think about every second of that one near fall.
Well, one thing about Edric is he can take that punishment. He's certainly got good conditioning. He can be in it for the long haul. But when you're in there against Gannon Jones Jr. and Duke Davis, it's just not a good day. You got your work cut out for you. You got a long day ahead of you as well. You need to pack a lunch, if you will.
Duke tagged in. Locked and loaded double team forthcoming, perhaps. Duke measures Edric with a boot. And again, we talked about the size of those boots. 2 count on. That's not a normal human being kicking you or stomping you. That's twice the size of a normal human foot almost.
Well, you see Edric right now. Got to get some opportunity. I mentioned earlier, you got to keep your distance away from Duke and Gannon, and Edric right now can't do that with Duke in there. He's not able to create space to even think about getting a tag.
What an intimidating, daunting presence to see Duke Davis hovering over Edric like that. Making Edric think about this. Edric's fighting. Oh, Edric got the tag! Here comes Ty Cross.
Well, there went Duke.
Well, Duke's still on his feet. Gannon can't get in the ring. Ty trying to divide and conquer. Got the right off.
Duke not down yet.
And Duke catches Ty like he was weightless. Oh, Edric takes out the vertical base. System Elite, another upset.
Ty Cross certainly feeling it right now.
Can you imagine if System Elite had the Sons of Michigan, the Cogers, and Locked and Loaded as their victims on their resume?
I think you definitely have #1 contenders. Oh, God. Flannel of the show, please.
Well, Gannon just took out Ty Cross, but Gannon collides the post. Duke, I think, was distracted. Now Edric's there. Oh, Duke just caught Edric in midair.
Oh, but Joe, it's the age-old story. What goes up must come down. And, well, I was going to say we're going to see that, but...
Well, I think Duke wants both of them. Duke trying to manhandle both challenges at once, but System Elite may prove to be too much.
Now, Joe, there's a Bill Watts disqualification right there, over the top rope.
This is not Bill Watts' rules. I don't care. What we are going to see is Edric take a chance. The tope to the floor, and Locked and Loaded don't go down.
We're going to need a lot more than that to take both these individuals down. And
a second time, they are dazed, but they are still on their feet. Throw me.
Well, you got to get added momentum somehow, and that...
They got him that time.
That did it. They added momentum from Ty Cross, throwing Edric to the outside.
But will it be enough? Now you got to get at least one of these guys back in the ring.
Well, that's the second part of the equation here. Joe, seriously, could you imagine as we see the premier logo, premier championships, premier press releases, all in flannel font or flannel design?
I think Gannon Jones Jr. feels a little embarrassed by what just happened. Look, I'll put your heads on the official. Gannon Jones Jr. relentlessly stomping Ty in the corner, not breaking, and the official is being abused. He has no choice but to throw this matchup out.
Well, that was just a mistake.
A mistake?
Well, Joe, yeah, the referee made a clear mistake.
I don't think so. The referee did what he had to because he was in danger.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has disqualified Locked and Loaded.
What?
Therefore, the winners of this bout as a result of a disqualification, System Elite.
Now, Joe, come on. You're going to be in the office on Monday. Tell me how that's fair.
It's fair because once again, Locked and Loaded, they had a great game plan. They had a great first 3 quarters, but they couldn't finish. They couldn't get the job done because their tempers got the better of them and they got distracted, and System Elite have beaten Locked and Loaded.
Well, yeah, in the record books they did. They didn't get the pinfall, but you need more referees around here. Can I please go get my shirt?
You stay here.
Oh,
System Elite, an upset once again. Locked and Loaded, upset, but in my estimation, they only have themselves to blame. I know they'll be calmly asking for their tag title opportunity, and I'll point to the result of this matchup. System Elite, are they back in Coger contention yet? Not quite yet, but you know what? They're on their way back up there. They're moving back up the rankings and still got that energy, still got that passion. Congratulations, System Elite.